one.
All right, and we're back. I'm here with my lovely assistant, Tammy. We're gonna do our back exercises. I'm gonna start with the TheraBand. I ordered some more for you, so if you wanna come in on your own. I'm gonna wrap it. I'm actually gonna have mine doubled over, but you can use it. Sometimes it's better when it lays flat. It's just another way to adjust the resistance. All right, and then you're gonna loop it around. Right, not exactly pretty, but it's effective. So for the reverse fly, this is the one where we start with our palms facing in, facing each other. As I pull back, I'm gonna make like a W with my hands, and my palms are gonna face up. So it looks like this. And then come back. So you should be feeling it in between your shoulder blades. And if you want to start with small movements, you can start with smaller movements, just like this. No, but where you should be feeling it is between your shoulder blades. You can also do it standing. I think we practice both ways. Just make sure that your palms come up and then go back facing each other. Palms up and facing. And that's the reverse fly. The other one we did with our band, we did it 2 different ways, was the bow and arrow. This I'm gonna make stronger. And you're just gonna pull back. I have my thumbs up, I tend to do that. So you want your elbow to come straight back. Straight back, whoops, lost it. Straight back. I think for me, this one's easier with the other band. So I'm gonna undo these. Some of you might wanna do it with this, but where's my little band? I'll just run over and pretend like I didn't see that. All right, sorry, this one, we practice with the little bands, some of us. So pulling back, elbow should come straight back. And then switch sides. I think the key thing about this is to keep your elbow level as you bring it back. All right, that is the bow and arrow. Another one we did, which is one of my favorites that I like to do, is called the YTA. This is one where your thumbs are really important. You're gonna do the Y, thumbs up, forming my Y. Come back down. Thumbs are gonna point to the side, T, and then thumbs are gonna be back, A. And this one you really feel between your shoulder blades. So Y, T, A. One more time. Y, T, A. And this one is one you can also do seated. Y, I'm probably gonna hit my table. A. Y, T, A. I forgot to mention, on the reverse fly, we also did it with weights. The same thing with the YTA. You can do it with weights. I never do more than 2 pounds. So the reverse fly, and I think we practice it both ways. Same thing, palms in, elbows. Okay, bow and arrow. So whichever you are most comfortable with, do that. Weights, TheraBand, mini band. Any way you want to do it. All right, next up, let's see. Oh, we're gonna do our bent over row. We're going to talk about some other rows also in the next session, but this is the bent over row. I know I told you on this one you want to do it as heavy as possible. So you're going to have one hand bracing. You're going to have your weight in one hand. So you want to have resistance, but you don't want your shoulder to drop. So you want your shoulder strong You're gonna pull up and down, up and down, up. You wanna have good alignment in your back also. Don't let your head come down. Don't let your back arch. So if you find that you're bracing your core, but you just can't keep your body position good, don't use so much weight, okay? And of course, we would want to do our other side equally too, but I'm not going to do that today. So that's the bent over row. There's some row exercises in the gym and some band rows that we'll also cover later. All right, down for people that can go on the ground, I'm going to show you the exercises on the ground, then we'll do chair modifications. So the first exercise is angels in the snow, which is kind of like snow angel for those of us who lived in snowy parts. What you're gonna do, but you do have your arms bent a little. You're just gonna keep you wanna keep especially your upper arms on the floor. Your lower arms, if they come up a little bit, that's okay. You're just gonna kind of come up as high as you can go while keeping the top of your arms on the ground, and then come back down. Probably helps not to wear a watch. All right, so we're just gonna come up. And again, if you did the flexibility exercise wall slides, this is very similar. But this is considered a strength exercise. So 2 things, don't let the top of your arms come off the ground. Also, you wanna have like a little distance, don't arch, so don't let your back come off the ground if you're doing it like this. But you also don't need to do a pelvic tilt either. If you do need to do a pelvic tilt, I would tell you, but you don't. You need to just be in a relaxed position. All right, so that's snow angel. That one, okay, that one we'll do seated. We're gonna do pull over. This is for your lats. Most of the other exercises we talked about are for your basically upper back. Your lats are these exercises, these muscles right here, which come down and connect into your pelvis. So the pull over, we talked about, you can do it with one weight, and you're just gonna come up. And if you can't go, you don't want your back arching because you have too much weight. And if, say, you can only go to here, that's fine. Go as far as you can comfortably go, and that's okay. Nice, slow, controlled movements. Keeping your back in neutral. If you wanted to, say, I would start with 1 pound or 2 pounds. You can do both hands to make it harder. Again, slow, controlled movements, neutral body position, which means your back isn't arching, nor are you doing a pelvic tilt. Going as far. If you can get just here, that's totally fine. All right, slow and controlled. So, seated versions. For the snow angel, you're almost better to do it on the wall, but you can also just do it like this. So the wall gives you the benefit of making sure you're keeping your shoulders against the wall. And again, it's very much like the wall slide. So if I was doing it on the wall, it would look like this, which is a wall slide. Okay? The pullover, I think we decided it was better with our legs apart a little bit and then coming up, down, slow and controlled. It's a little easier to do 1 versus 2 because you can get a little clunky with the weights if you have 2, but this would be using 2. The floor gives you the benefit of keeping good posture. It's easier to know when, like, you're overextending if you're on the floor, you can feel it because you have that ground underneath you, but you can still do it here. All right, again, slow and controlled. All right, let me see. Let me make sure I didn't forget anything. Bent over, roll forward. All right, those are our back exercise. See you next time.